welcome. Thank you everyone for coming to this, the 21st Ron Herring Mission of Service Award. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure you all know if you're here, but just to reiterate, this is an award for men who are living their mission, who are taking their mission out into the world. And what a great time it is to be honouring something like this. We need a bit of this right now. So it's a real privilege for me to be here. It's a real privilege for me to be involved in this, and it was a real privilege for UK and Ireland to be hosting the award this year. So thank you all for making the time. I'm not sure what time it is in all the parts of the world you're from, but thank you very much for making the time. Welcome. So here today, it's going to be hosted by me, Lawrence Johns, Boyce and Hodgson, and Dan Baldwin.
Couple of things that came up on just a little bit about, the three founders of the Mankind Project and creators of the New Warrior Training Adventure were Rich Tosi, Bill Kauth. Both of them are living founders, still with us, and Ron Herring. And Ron Herring was a curriculum studies professor and really a guy who was very engaged in personal development work and very engaged in outreach into the community. And after Ron Herring's death, it was decided to create an award in his honor that recognized men who were living out a mission of service in the world, who were having an impact out there in the world. So we've been doing this for 21 years now. I think that there are close to 600 Ron Herring Award winners. We invite, it's normally an elder group within areas and regions to nominate and bring together, make nominations for each area, and then we present those winners and they're honored in their local communities and honored nationally. So Sandy, I hope that helps you. And I'm going to move to the first slide. And Dan, do you want to take the first slide?
Sure. Today we are honoring John Eichmann. My mission is to co-create a world of love and understanding through learning and teaching love and compassion. John is from the Philadelphia community or area in the United States. John was initiated in the Philadelphia community in October 2013. He's an active member of the Board of Trustees and the Board of Directors at his local AA clubhouse and has been in service there since 2012. John works to help struggling alcoholics get sober and pick up the pieces of their broken lives. John has been active in Spiritual Warfare Effectiveness Training, which is a brother organization to the Mankind Project, as well as an initiation weekend like the NWTA since 2012. He's now a member of the Board of Directors for SWET. John is also a founder and leader of the Thursday Night Warriors Circle in Frankfurt, an open men's group that has helped many men who are addicted to drugs and alcohol heal from trauma and aided in their recovery. John is a husband and a father, which he describes as his favorite form of service. Today we honor you, John, for being a Ron Herring Award winner.
Oh, thank you. And I will, Jim, unless you want this one, I will take the next one.
No, go ahead.
All right. So from the Mankind Project USA, Mid-Atlantic area, Ron Herring Award winner Chess Yellett. Chess's mission: as a man among men, I nourish social justice. Everyone has a place and a voice. Chess Yellett is a retired physician that fills his days saving lives at the Renovo Center in small town West Virginia. He's also can be seen and heard advocating for people that are largely without a voice. Chess states that he does what he does because the opiate drug addicts he serves are in mortal danger, yet many don't consider what addicts suffer from to be an illness. As a doctor of medicine, Chess challenges this view with the logic that nearly all people want to live and be happy. Opiate drug abuse is a direct threat to both, so it follows that an illness must be present. Chess, who's 70, is a graduate of Tufts University in Boston, is married since 1969 to Lynn, has a daughter, Stephanie, lives in small town West Virginia. Beyond fighting addiction, overdose, and discrimination, his hobbies include folk singing, and as he jokingly states, serving as an entomological nutritionist. this last being a reference to the number of bugs he feeds via his organic gardens. So Chess, thank you. I'm going to take a quick look down the road. I don't think that you are in the room with us today. Congratulations on being a winner of the Ron Herring Award. And Jim, why don't you take this next one?
So Rory Bowman, Scrub Jay from the USA Northwest, is the recipient of the Ron Herring Award for that area. And his mission is, I increase abundance by attentive learning and sharing. Rory Bowman has aimed to live a life of service, more so since MKP initiation in 2001. An active member of various nonprofit boards over many years, he is also a longtime volunteer on issues of civil rights. In Washington State prisons as a community mediator and in support of urban trees. As an ACLU volunteer, Rory was instrumental in helping to achieve marriage equality in Washington State, as well as legalizing marijuana. He promotes various end-of-life planning and death positivity events, such as Death Cafe, and recently helped shepherd his father through hospice. He is grateful for his partner of almost 20 years and mother, both of whom support his wider work. Rory's next and most recent project is to help establish an Australian-style men's shed community center. We honor you, Rory Bowman, as the 2019 Ron Herring Award recipient for the Northwest. Thank you.
Rory's here with us in the room. Would you like to say a few words, Rory?
Yeah, thank you. All the places I volunteer are shut down this week with the COVID-19 virus, which creates new opportunities to serve. And so I'd encourage people to look around themselves and try and find those. Thank you very much. And I'm sure men are going to be serving throughout the week in their local communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Rory. And why don't we go back to you, Lawrence?
So, Michael Rath, powerful turn with Jonathan Livingston Seagull, USA, Mid-America, Indiana. He creates a nurturing world by healing himself and leading others to do their healing. Michael and his wife Barbara facilitating the Multicultural Monthly, a meeting at a local church in Indianapolis, Indiana, that's focused on emotional literacy and multicultural understanding. This meeting has attracted a variety of people throughout the community. The participants are taking their learning back to their churches, jobs, and local government. The growing group is having a small but significant impact on the local community. We honor you. We honor you, Michael Rath, and for winning this Ron Herring Award, the 21st, 2019. Aho.
Oh, thank you. From Mankind Project USA, Northern California community, a friend of mine, Ray Arata III. I create a safe and equal world by listening, learning, and leading with my wide open heart. With a vision of the possibility of evolved, heart-centered, and inclusive male leadership in companies, Ray saw the need for men to be part of a solution of equity, equality, and inclusion. He founded the Better Man Conference in 2016, along with a couple other gents, one of whom is in the room, Ed Gurwitz, a one-day event with resources, support, and community to engage men as allies in creating an inclusive culture. To date, there have been 7 conferences in San Francisco, New York, New Jersey, and soon to be in London. His audience have included some of the largest companies in the world and routinely have 200 to 300 participants, with men making up the majority of the audience. As a result of his work, the UN Women bestowed upon him the award of He for She Champion of Change. Ray's partnered with MKP USA for conferences. He credits his 20-year experience with MKP as the main driver of his vision. He's currently a co-leader with 53 staffings is happily married to Anna and has 3 adult children, with his 2 sons having gone through the New Warrior training. Ray Arata, congratulations on being a 2019 Ron Herring Award winner. And now we're going to go to you, Dan Baldwin.
Thank you, Boyson. So this is first of 2 awards we're giving. It's the Bill Kauth Community Excellence Award. Bill Kauth was one of our visionary leaders who's still alive and still a part of MKP. All regions are welcome to submit Bill Kauth Community Excellence Awards. We have 2 here in the United States that were submitted. The first one is for developing communities. We have 120 communities in the United States. So what we want to do is elevate and shine a light on those communities that are making a difference in the world. Our first one goes up to a developing community. This is a small community, maybe about 1 to 3 I groups, really about under 40 men. So, and it could be anywhere from 5 to 39 men that are active, and them coming together and deciding that they want to grow that community and increase mission work and carry forth mission projects throughout their community and right in their backyard. So I want to honor the winner of the Developing Community Award for MKP USA, Oahu. Wayne Bowe is their community coordinator. They started with 2 I groups last year, and they're up to 4 I groups now. And they've gone from like 39 people to 98 people, with 33 new grads coming this year in 2019, of which 8 are supporting members of MKP USA. Oahu is an example of how great things happen when a small group of people have well-defined purpose and vision. In 2019, a core team from Oahu set out to host the first ever NWTA on the island of Oahu. Paul McCurdy generously offered his property, and together with Brandon Green and others in the community, they spent countless hours preparing the land and gathering the materials necessary to put on the first NWTA. Patrick Morency, a first-time staffer, was the weekend coordinator, and he facilitated multiple open groups and enrolled 17 men himself. In the end, with the support of their 2 I groups, they had 34 men graduate. Through new brother engagement and community building efforts, including trainings like PITs, IGFTs, and support for I groups, they expanded their I groups from 2 to 4 and have grown to become a sustaining community now. I want to move to the next slide, please, Boyson. These are some of the keys of success for Oahu. They're organizing a lot of fun events, engagement efforts, focusing on new brother engagement and having open circles. They created 2 new I groups and did all that hosting. But I also want to talk about their mission over here on the right-hand side. They have many men that are active in Boys to Men, and the Boys to Men movement in Oahu are actually in 8 schools and hold space for youth on a weekly basis. NKP men teach and role model nonviolent communication, encourage others to experience that form of empathy. And they're also involved with a Vibe Tribe community sanctuary that holds experiential connections and experiences, support for women empowerment groups, and they're considering and moving into starting circles in colleges. So just an excellent example of what a small group of men can do. And I'm wondering if any of them are here in the room today. I bet they are.
There are some Oahu guys. If you want to unmute yourself, MKP Oahu, and say a few words.
Aloha, this is Wayne Bowe. I'm holding the MKP.Oahu Zoom account for us. Yeah, it was an amazing experience to have these brothers that I've been working with now, some of them for 7 years, Jerry there, and to decide we were going to do an Oahu NWTA, which we decided about 3 years ago, but it took us a while to actually get our ducks in a row and have enough dedicated men to join in and pull it off. And we're just really grateful. Appreciate the honoring of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Change role to attendee. So I'm going to move backwards to move forwards here for just a moment. Ray Arata is in the room with us. And Ray, please say a few words, brother.
Thank you, Boyson. I just want to say thank you to MKP. That's really helped shape me and give me the courage and ability and community to bring forward my mission. And in light of these current times, just because our corporate business and our conferences are at a halt, it doesn't mean we can't take what we're already doing in MKP with Zoom calls to bring it forward to companies, because I think I can make a we statement here. All of us know how much those men who aren't initiated need what we're doing. So I'm excited actually to continue my mission and bring what we're doing forward to those uninitiated men in corporate America that have a lot of the power. So thank you again, MKP. And I want to honor all the other men who have been honored thus far and who are going to be honored. So thank you.
Cool. So Artis Patterson, MKP USA Mid-Atlantic, warrior dove with fierce open heart and wild Black Panther. Art's mission is, I create a world where men can be their true authentic selves by being my true authentic self. Art has been on a mission to create a gateway weekend for men with physical challenge, and the barrier-free gateway weekend was held for the first time in August of 2019 at Sleeping Dog Ranch in Prescott, Arizona. Art was there and held the spiritual and emotional center of that weekend. Art has been an MKP brother for almost 20 years. His impact in the community continues to grow, and his stand for men with differences has profoundly changed what's possible for the Mankind Project. Art, it's a pleasure and a joy to congratulate you as the 2019 recipient of the Ron Herring Mission and Service Award. Thank you, brother.
And I believe Art is here in the room with us. Art, would you like to unmute yourself and say a few words? Hi, Art.
Hi, y'all. Since you can talk, I will get you for that. Talk to you. Thank y'all so much for this award. I've been Medicare for 20 years. You know, I never thought that I could be a service, because the world said, because you're handicapped, we want you on the side. I feel blessed. I feel honored. This award is not just for me, but for all the church MKP brothers. The first weekend was so awesome that was a highlight to see a bunch of church men going through this wonderful organization. Thank y'all for giving me a chance for the ones that I couldn't do it. I feel honored. We got a lot more work to do, and thank you. Oh.
Thank you, Art.
Thank you, Art. Dave, Buffalo, Canada, Alberta. Dave was unhappy with the degree of exclusion within his community of Meskwaskus. I pronounced that wrong. I apologize. So began to do what he could to impact on the marginalization of people. In 2010, he began to volunteer with the Samson Band Schools. Since then, he has volunteered with the Samson Food Bank, Secret Santa, Samson Celebration, Powwow, Four Winds Culture, Feasts and Memorials, Buffalo Ranch Rodeo, and the Munias Family Memorial. Currently, he lives in Wetaskiwin and is now volunteering with the Wetaskiwin and District Heritage Society and the Wetaskiwin Legion. He is soon to be on the board for the Agape Thrift Store and community outreach. Dave is self-employed, supporting himself through the talents of his artistry. He paints the stories of his Cree people in the art form he calls teepee graffiti. He usually offers an expressive arts workshop to his community, adults and children, 3 times a year. David Buffalo, thank you, and we honor you as the 2019 Ron Herring Award recipient for Alberta, Canada. Thank you.
Patrick Dempsey, Gliding Blue Heron from USA Central Plains. He creates a world of enthusiasm by practicing care for myself and others at a high level. Starting from scratch, Pat helped start and grow and remains active in the Des Moines MKP community since 2007. Pat is a founding member of the MKP Ragbri Register's annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa team. Pat is a member of Narcotics Anonymous for some 3 decades and contributes greatly to the NA organization in Des Moines and across Iowa. A painting contractor, he has an impact on the community and his employee through his business, Renaissance Painting. Pat is a loving father to his daughter, Makina, as well as true friend, artist, poet, and community builder for people in his life. We honor Patrick.
Oh, Patrick, brother, one of my Road Warrior pals.
This is Gliding Blue Heron, Rod Boothroyd from MKP UK and Ireland. Rod promotes reconciliation by facilitating healing circles in which people can bring their shadow into the light and so grow into emotional maturity. Rod leads both men, only and mixed gender groups. The latter run with his female colleague, Mariana Hill, and together with Dermot Fitzpatrick and Ed Rook, he has run many emotional process workshops to work on whatever is affecting their lives. He also leads a workshop called Finding the King Within, which increases men's awareness and understanding of and ability to embody their sovereign archetype. In addition, he offers one-to-one work with many individual clients, supporting them to achieve their goals. To bring an understanding of his work to a wider audience, in 2018, Rod published a book, Warrior, Magician, Lover, King, A Guide to the Male Archetypes, updated for the 21st century. Rod, it's with great pleasure. I've known you for a long time, so it's with great pleasure that I see you get this Ron Herring Award 2019. I hope.
Yay, thanks, Lawrence. It's a great pleasure to receive it, that's for sure. And none of this would have been possible without MKP. The minute I stepped on the carpet in 2002 as a participant, I knew that was where my future lay, and so it's unfolded in all kinds of ways that I couldn't have anticipated. But we've got the thing that's dearest to my heart right now is this series of ongoing groups made up of men and women, where they can just do deep process work over a year-long period. They meet several times over a weekend. And of course, the other thing that's important about that to me is not just the impact on the people who take part in those groups, but the way it spreads out to their families, their children, their relatives, their community. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. And of course, I couldn't get by without mentioning that book, with the greatest respect to Moore and Gillette, just based on everything they brought to the world, but for the 21st century. That book would never have happened for me if it hadn't been for MKP. So very grateful, very honored.
Excellent. Henry Lucas, USA, Mid-America, Kentucky. He creates a world of greatness by believing in himself, believing in me, believing in you, believing in me, and building loving communities. Henry is a social worker who has become a therapist with a LCSW and a LCADC. Henry has created a 7-step program called Maximize, which he documents in his book Maximize, published in 2019 by Daria Ann Medea. This program facilitates transformation in key areas of life for people who struggle against mental illness and addiction, using the terms broadly, including being addicted to, negative attitudes, and self-limiting beliefs. Henry's program is being implemented in numerous settings, including counseling sessions and self-help scenarios. We honor Henry.
Oh, congratulations, Henry.
Canada, British Columbia, Pat Pattison, Hummingbird with Ravenheart. Pat's mission is I create a world of connection, peace, and joy through relentless compassion and speaking my truth. Pat has lived his life in community service for over 20 years. His venues have included voluntary service and musical organizations, spiritual communities, including a labyrinth guide, and as a mentor for educators. Since moving to BC's interior, he has served in outdoor education, gardening, and a local elementary school. He currently devotes 2 mornings a week to supporting teachers and students in Giants Head Elementary School. Over the past 4 years, Pat has been intensely involved in Summerlands programs for refugee settlement. He has been actively involved in MKP locally, regionally, and internationally. He sees his community service as a primary definition of who he is and is especially fond of his grandfather at large identity, particularly as Mr. Pat at Giants Head Elementary School. Thank you, Pat, and it's a pleasure and an honor to honor you and congratulate you as being the 2019 Ron Herring Award recipient for Canada, British Columbia. And he's on the call, I believe.
He is. Pat, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction. I guess my comment is MKP has been a major influence in who I am in the world, and my issues at this point in time, given that most of what I do in my community has been sort of put on hold, is the curiosity I have about what I can do for my relatively small community in terms of some kinds of virtual place where people can go and check in and do things they can't do face-to-face at this point in time in Summerland. And so, yeah, blessings to everybody on the call and all the other recipients that aren't here at this point in time. The work we do is very, very important. Thanks again for the introduction.
Oh, thank you, Pat, and congratulations. And moving on, I will take the next one. So from Mankind Project USA, Southwest area, Anthony Avila, Strong Fox King. Anthony's mission: I create a world of connection and belonging by first loving myself and speaking my truth. Anthony Avila creates connection in Tucson by involving others in work that lifts them up. Anthony successfully sponsors Red Cross blood drives and gives his own blood. Anthony invites men to open circles. He's very active mentoring and fundraising for the Boys to Men in Tucson. Anthony is president of a local public speaking group. He's one of 4 brothers, an uncle to 2 nephews, 1 niece, and a dog named Grady. Anthony's on the development committee for Boys to Men Tucson and is a crew member at Trader Joe's.
Thank you. Jim Lachman, is that what it is, Boyson?
Lachman, Jim
Lachman, yeah, thank you. Jim Lachman, USA, Upstate, New York, Turkey Vulture. Jim's mission is he creates a beautiful world of connected people by teaching and modeling connection. Jim serves veterans regarding housing, employment, and substance abuse issues. Serves on the board of directors of the Da Nang Project, serving Agent Orange victims and the poorest of the poor in Da Nang, Vietnam. Jim earned a master's degree and worked on healing his wounds around Vietnam, allowing him to have a greater impact on the lives of veterans as they heal their own wounds. He currently serves on the board of directors of the Da Nang Project. He is deeply immersed in learning and teaching about diversity and privilege. Jim currently serves the upstate New York area as I-Group coordinator. We honor you, Jim, for being the 2019 Ron Herring Award winner for upstate New York.
Jim is with us on the phone. Jim, would you like to say a few words? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Hey, yeah, hi.
We can hear you.
Okay. So as I've heard many men say, if it wasn't for this men's work in MKP, I would not have done any of those things that you saw on the description. It's because of this that I decided to go to school to college at the age of 63 and get my master's degree. And on the way, I did internships. One of them was at the Buffalo VA. So for a year, I served veterans in the substance use unit. And it taught me a lot about my brothers and sisters and their resilience. And then it led to the work that we do in Vietnam, bringing students over there so that today's students can see the effects of Agent Orange on 4 generations of Vietnamese people. All of that, as I've heard said, is on hold. And when all this is over, we can get back to doing what we do, which is taking today's students for an immersive semester in Vietnam. I'm in.
Oh, thank you, Jim. Congratulations.
Alan Pulsifer Doyle, died in Caribou, USA Southwest. His mission is to create a loving and safe home by nurturing connection, embracing challenge, and revering nature. Alan's motto is think upstream, and he looks to source issues to resolve problems downriver. Working at the University of California until 2018, he innovated resource and energy conservation programs, Energy Star, and institutional procurement. Alan's main work is restoring his marriage, while satisfying the fulfillment he gets from empowering others. Alan leads and listens as chair of a foundation and energy and resource industry champion, MKP Southeast officer, and earth steward developer, hike leader, and advocating for a neighborhood woodland. Married 31 years with 3 grown children, Alan is grateful for his partner's devotion and patience. He is a soil scientist and sustainability champion from North England, Alaska, California, and now Georgia, volunteering with support groups, running and hiking clubs, cooking and coaching, and always loving wordplay. Alan, I'd just like to honor you, and it's my honor to see you get this award, 2019 Ron Herring Award. Oh,
congratulations. And Alan's here with us. Please go ahead, Alan.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to get this award from the Georgia group. Been here a short time, and it's really exciting to see the Georgia area, Southeast, really growing and gaining in power and energy. And just encourage everybody that this is a great group to be among. Really inspiring to see you all, and keep inspiring others and living the life that we are drawn to, and do one good thing and do what we're called to do. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Alan. Congratulations.
Mark Rowley, Mentoring Food Lion, USA, Florida. Mark's mission: I create a world of limitless opportunities by teaching myself and others to be creative with their resources. The opioid crisis has reached epidemic proportions, with people dying every day. At Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, Mark Rowley, an assistant chief, has worked tirelessly over the past 3 years as a founding member of Project Save Lives, a program designed to immediately connect those who overdose with a peer specialist in the emergency room. Beyond the fire department, Mark also serves as the chairman of the Jacksonville Human Rights Commission, working to ensure all persons can enjoy a community free from discriminatory practices. Mark Rowley was initiated in February of 2009 in Orange Springs, Florida. Within MKP, he has served as I-Group representative, Florida Enrollment Coordinator, and Florida I-Group Coordinator. He has staffed 21 NWTAs and MOS'd 20 times. It's an honor and a privilege to congratulate you, Mark, as the 2019 Florida recipient of the Ron Herring Award. Congratulations, brother.
Oh, congratulations, Mark. And I will take Martin. Martin Lassoff, Crazy Hawk from Mankind Project USA, South Central. Martin volunteers at the Center for the Healing of Racism and also volunteers with the Harris County Attorney's Office, supervising inmates on work release programs, picking up trash, and other projects. He was heavily involved with Richard Torres and Brett Harmling in supporting the victims of Hurricane Harvey during the storm and the week after, volunteering over 50 hours at the convention center. He has supported the Center for the Healing of Racism for over 15 years. And I don't believe that Martin is in the room with us. Martin Lassoff, congratulations on being the award recipient for the Ron Herring 2019. Thank you, brother, for your service.
Next up, we have Glenn Williams, Sacred Little Light from USA New England. Glenn's mission is I create a restorative community by creating safe spaces in society to promote personal redemption, collective repair, and accountability for those impacted by the criminal justice system. After serving a 21-year prison sentence for a crime he committed at the age of 19, Glenn returned to his community to live a life of exemplary service, addressing the needs of at-risk youth and those impacted by violent crime. He has worked at Granada House as its representative to the Massachusetts Organization for Addiction Recovery, at Street Safe Boston, a direct service programs for gang-involved youth ages 16 to 25, and in the Violence Intervention and Prevention program located at the Mattapan section of Boston. Glenn's work in the community is focused on collective healing, community empowerment, and promoting social harmony. In October of 2019, Glenn completed his NWAA in New Oxford, Massachusetts. Currently, Glenn co-leads a reentry circle at Our House in Boston, where they work on emotional literacy skills and learn ways to more effectively pay forward for their gifts. Congratulations, Glenn Williams. We honor you for being a Ron Herring Award winner for New England.
Congratulations, Glenn. I don't believe Glenn is in the room. And we'll move on. Dan Loeffler, Bright Falcon, Mankind Project USA, Greater Carolinas. Dan's mission: to serve my community when grief enters one's life due to the death of a loved one or relationship. Working through a variety of programs, including Comfort Zone Camp, the Dinner Party, Death Cafe, and the Grief Recovery Method, Dan works with men and boys to transcend the mire of loss and grief. Last year, Dan facilitated 2 grief workshops in North Carolina, 1 grief workshop in California, as well as working one-on-one with many individuals. After the loss of their teenage daughter, Dan and his wife formed Being with Grief, a grief support network. Dan discovered that life was possible after experiencing the heartbreaking loss of his daughter. His life as a construction manager was forever changed, but through his efforts and support with MKP, he found his calling to help others recover from loss and grief. He and his wife provide support through their work at Being with Grief. Thank you, Dan Loeffler. Congratulations on being a Mankind Project Ron Herring Award winner.
Yeah, this is our second Bill South Community Excellence Award. This one is for a sustaining community, a community that is greater than 40 men actively participating. Today we are celebrating Rochester, New York, in MKP Upstate New York. They currently have 10 I groups with 371 NWT grads in their community. And in 2019, they grew it by 6 more. And they have a strong membership support team, and we have 47 supporting members coming from the Rochester community. The Rochester community is about engagement, fun, and service. As one of the oldest communities in the country, it's awesome to see innovative efforts to engage and enliven community. Over 60 men, women, and children showed up to their annual community gathering. In addition, Rochester is known for hosting community events like a couples weekend retreat, offering guest speakers to present to the community, and working with organizations like the Gandhi Institute for Peace and the National Coalition Building Institute on mission projects. They hosted 15 open circles in local libraries, launched a meetup.com, developed a monthly newsletter, and helped create a video testimony series on YouTube with over 30 videos. condition. They sponsored ongoing trainings like the PIT, ST1, GUTS, shadow work, and supported 2 NWTAs this year. Okay, and again, the keys to Rochester's success, just highlighting the core parts of a community, and that's community engagement. They do a lot of fun events and do a lot of things locally in their communities to raise awareness, including inviting women, children, and families to take part of it and holding good space. They do a lot of support for their circles and have ambassadors and people that go in and help and provide trainings to support our circles and our skills that we do in our circles. Of course, they're always supporting the growth of their NWTAs and having more graduated men come through. And mission, again, focus on mission. Well, how are we showing up as a men's community in our own backyard? They, together with the Gandhi Institute for Nonviolence, hosted a film and panel discussion on toxic masculinity in boys and the effects of it on boys. And they also regularly attend the National Coalition Building Initiative programs, which includes a core group of MKP men, and these are often multicultural initiatives. They also did a fundraiser partner with ACR, which is a nonprofit health that helps those with chronic illnesses and AIDS with support.
Jim Lachman, you're back. If you'd like to say a few words to the upstate New York Rochester community.
Working with Robert. Robert's got energy, so it's always exciting to work with him. There are a few other men, about a half a dozen of us, that have really reached out to the National Coalition Building Institute, and so we don't know where those friendships and those links are going to take us, and we're excited to see in the future when the dust settles from everything that's going on right now. A lot of what we do has to do with understanding our whiteness and racial understandings, and so reaching out to other organizations in the Rochester area has been a great thing for a lot of us, and I'm in.
Thank you very much, Jim. Appreciate that. And who showed up in the room? Michael Rath. So I'm going to jump backwards before we jump forwards. And Miguel, welcome, and please say a few words for us.
Thank you. Sorry I was late. I've been, I'm actually at work in my office these days, work from home, but it's an honor to receive this award. I've been working hard with a team, including my wife, Barb, Brittany Crone, Anthony, John, Lena, and Courtney, as a core group, has been doing this multicultural group for a year now. And we wound up on TV and getting a lot going on. And we're hopeful. We're training them all to be community leaders, both in the community and out in the city. We're slowly but surely creating mass. I think we've had about 15 people in group at one time. Usually it's less than 10, but we go farther with the basic I&I visions model stuff to where we are operating at a pretty high level, and it's empowering. It's I'm joyful, and I'm honored to be recognized by the community.
Congratulations, Michael. Thank you for all of your work over the decades and for your work that you're doing now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor.
James R. Creasey, Strong Black Dog, USA, Colorado. He says my mission is to create connection and playfulness by living with curiosity, courage, and kindness. In the silence and confusion of dementia on a summer holiday in 2008, James Creasey discovered new connections with his father. As they played croquet together, they both smiled. James wanted to share this experience with others, families impacted by dementia, and reduce the isolation of seniors who do not have a family close by to play with them. So James began to train and equip high schools and college students to play croquet at their schools as an outing every 2 weeks for the residents of local senior communities. Jiminy Wicket has played with more than 10,000 participants from 2 to 101 years old and for more than 107 countries and 3 continents, and at events in Denver, Boston, London, and Brisbane. James, we honour you, and it's a privilege to give you this Ron Herring Mission of Service Award 2019. Aho.
Aho. Thank you, James. Congratulations. I will take the next one. Oh, goodness. Yes. James Mayfield Smith from the Mankind Project USA, Heartland Community, Courageous Wild Tree Fox. I create a world of breakthrough moments by opening my heart, sharing my gifts, and following my dreams. James has built a career upon facilitation work he learned in MKP, which he has followed up with intensive additional training in somatics, shadow work, shamanic breath work, shamanic counseling, voice dialogue, inner parts work, inner child work, applied mythology, and a variety of modalities that he uses daily with clients. James provides individual web-based facilitation, teaches online courses, offers facilitation trainings and co-leads an annual initiatory wild man gathering in the mountains near Asheville, North Carolina, with an MKP warrior brother and 3 other powerful leaders of men's work. At the Wild Man Gathering, one of James's roles is to create and tell a new epic tale each year based on ancient initiatory myths that becomes the story thread throughout the weekend, much as the Iron John tale serves for the NWTA. This year, James has also begun serving elementary school students within classroom setting. James has a 29-year-old son, Andrew, who is initiated into MKP at 18, and an 18-year-old daughter, Ella, who is a light. She is an inspiration for him to make the world safer by working with men to recover and heal their own wounded inner little boy, rather than act out their hurts upon the world, as he did during his dark night of the soul prior to his NWTA. James Mayfield Smith, congratulations for your ongoing work and your as the award winner for the 2019 Ron Herring for the USA Heartland.
Thank you. Scott Herbert Corky Sigurdson from USA San Diego, Shining Owl with Sacred Heart. Scott's mission: I create a world of love, joy, health, wealth, and forgiveness through faith in my God and action in the world. Member of the board of directors for Boys to Men USA, mountain adventure leader trainer in San Diego with 100+ staffings, over 23 years cooking, cleaning, serving, facilitating, and the mailman just showed up. I'm going
to serving, facilitating. Yes, the mission. Boys to Men Mentoring was created in 1996 by Corky's father, Herb, his brother, Joe, and their great friend, Craig McLean, out of MKP's call for men to live lives with missions of service. Corky was the original staff man. The mission at Boys to Men is to address the devastating effects of fatherlessness on a young man's life. They create communities of support, encouragement, and empowerment so that no boy need feel like he is alone. They are bringing these disconnected boys back into the community and encouraging them to be young men of integrity, honesty, accountability, and service. And here in the room, we have Corky, and we have his brother Joe Sigurdson. So men, welcome, and Corky, please feel free to say some words.
Hello, how are you guys? Can you hear me, first of all?
We got you.
Okay, awesome. So I'm actually calling from Legacy Ranch, which was Sunrise Ranch, in October of 1994. And I sleep about 5 feet from where my brother and I initiated in 1994. So that's why I'm on the call. There's no Zoom signal from Mount Palomar. I am honored. Thank you very much. My brother and I believe my sister Sandy and Melanie and maybe Marcy are all on the call. We've been doing this thing all together as a family. Our great father Herb, just an incredible man of passion and service and vision. and my incredible brother, who, Joe, are you there? All right, he's not there. So things have been very much affected by the coronavirus outbreak. We've actually had to shut down the schools, and we're shutting down our circles. So it's a bit of a trying time. Professionally, what I do is infection control and epidemiology. So I'm in hospitals every day taking a look at the effects of what's going on here. And none of this would be possible for me without MKP, sobriety, and God. So thank you very much.
Well, I'll say, this is Joe.
Yes.
And Cork, I hope you can hear me. Man, this guy is a freaking workhorse, and he has brought so much structure and organization and capacity to our Boys to Men community. And it's just such an honor and such a pleasure to work with him side by side and fulfill this mission of service together. And he's right, without MKP, I would not be living the dream life that I've got and have such a sense of purpose and mission in my life. And it's such a pleasure to have the support of my sisters and to walk this road with you, Corky, and with all the great men out around this country that are doing this work, that have picked this up and are doing that know that our responsibility as initiated men is to prepare a place for the next generation and to be a part of that and to address and fill the gaps of fatherlessness in this country that are devastating young men's even opportunity to have any sense of normalcy, to be a part of that and to see the healing and to be to witness their transformation is an honor and a privilege. And I'm so proud of all of our warrior brothers across the country that are doing this work. And, that's it. MKP made it possible for me to do this. So bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Corky. Yes, so there are at least 2 or 3 men just this year who are involved in Boys to Men. Every year, the Ron Herring Awards recognize men who are involved in the Boys to Men organization, both in the United States and abroad. Congratulations, Joe, Corky, on creating something that has truly changed the world.
Fernando Alvarez, Mexico City. Fernando's mission: create a world of abundance and love. That's a beautiful mission, brother. As a professional psychologist devoted to protect Mexican children from child abuse and support of trans children in elementary public schools, Fernando also works in gender and sexual violence prevention. As co-director in Sexual Wisdom, he has designed and given experiential conferences and workshops for children, adolescents, teachers, and parents, as well as organized and facilitated conferences on child sexuality and prevention of sexual violence. Professor of the diploma courses in the treatment of sexual abuse and prevention in government agencies, public and private school districts. He leads a self-help group for parents of trans children. At MKP Mexico, he conducts workshops on sexual shadow and healing for warrior brothers. He is a great dancer. His passion is traveling and tasting different cuisines. He shares his life with his partner, Viviana. Fernando, it's an honor and a privilege to congratulate you as the 2019 recipient of the Ron Herring Mission of Service Award for Mexico City. Thank you, brother, for your service.
Congratulations, Fernando.
For our final slide, we have Preston Lopez from MKP USA, Southern California. His mission is I co-create a sustainable and equitable world by organizing my community and empowering the marginalized. Preston is an activist and organizer. He primarily devotes his energy to bringing about environmental justice through his work with the Sunrise Movement. He has also been involved in grassroots efforts to address housing and homelessness for low-income communities, end the war on drugs, and get out the vote for midterm and presidential election. He is also a poet and is collaborating with other queer artists of color to create events and spaces where their art can be shared and their voices heard. Bio Preston initiated with MKP in December of 2007. The experience changed his life, and he found in MKP a safe and supportive space that he was able to turn to when coming out of the closet a few years later. Through his involvement with MKP, he has developed the personal integrity, leadership ability, and facilitation skills that support his ongoing professional and volunteer work in the world. He also met his now partner, Michael Rowley, in the project, and the two are currently engaged and married. Congratulations, Preston Lopez, for winning the Ron Herring Award from MKP USA, Southern California.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm really touched to have been here and to heard these missions, to be a part of honouring you men. And what kind of strikes me so much by looking at this evening and viewing it, it's just how important the NWTA is, and how actually it's a gateway into so much stuff for so many men. And that one part of the weekend that often we don't really spend much time on sometimes, that mission part of the weekend, is just how important it is when we take that from the weekend and bring it into our lives. It kind of is where the rubber meets the road. So it's been a privilege for us to be a host nation. I speak on behalf of the UK and Ireland. It's been a privilege. Just mission is what drives me within MKP. So see a mission brought out to the world on this kind of scale is humbling. So I'd like to thank everyone who come, everyone who was shortlisted, the presenters, Boyson for supporting me so wholeheartedly during this. And thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks all the participants for being here, award winners. We will be back again tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's fairly late. And we hope to see you again, and keep living mission. Stay safe and be well.